Hello, my name is Kaya, and I'm here to guide you in a meditation for this beautiful new moon in Sagittarius tonight. There's a big shift here happening from the intensities of Scorpio and all the movements outside of ourselves and all the sensitivities inside of ourselves, coming into this place that possibly could bring a little more ease amidst all the chaos in our world, all the concerns in the collective. It's remembering that we're here together, we're in this together, and there is no division, there is no separation. So here we are. Let's take a few really good deep breaths. Just breathing in into all that excess energy, collecting it, taking another sip, and letting it out. And again, taking it in, pulling it up, and letting it out. Another nice, big, long, deep breath. This time really collecting all the excess energy that you're ready to let go of in this now. Hold at the top. Take another sip if you can. And let it out. Just letting out a sigh. Doing that again. Taking a breath in. Letting out a sigh. One more time. Taking a deep breath in. And letting out a sigh. Noticing how the body feels. Noticing if there's a space inside you that is still. Anywhere, any part of the being. Notice where the stillness is. Allowing all the sounds to come in through a three-dimensional space. Into the inner ear. Allowing yourself to be exactly where you are. And even if you're not feeling total acceptance for exactly where you are right now, notice what that might be like for you if you were. Putting the hands on the belly. Breathing into the belly and breathing out. I'm going to allow this energy of the void, this darkness, and I have the candles lit for us tonight. Feel free to Also have your candles lit for tonight. Noticing that the void, the darkness, is where all of creation begins and ends. And yet there is no beginning. There is no end. What do I mean by that? This is a revolving doorway that the infinite soul exists throughout all time and all of timelessness. Breathing into the hand with your belly, breathing out. Remembering this infinite soul that lives in this body right now. This body that is full of information. Some of it is ours. Some of it is all of ours. And some of it is not ours at all. And how will you know? Unless you really know yourself here in this center, this Cusco of your being right here in the center, your belly. Breathing in and breathing out. Third eye gaze. Notice where your eyes can rest as if they're looking down at the tip of your nose. And then a slight, very slight upward glance. Breathing in and breathing out. Third eye gaze. And letting the tongue rest behind the two front teeth. This is an acupuncture point for attention. Allowing yourself an opportunity to be supported and focus. Notice what it's like to allow yourself to focus right now on your breath. Breathing all the way up past your head and all the way down past your feet, past your sacrum, all the way up past the head. Imagine you're breathing up all the way up, 3 feet above, and all the way down, 3 feet below. Slow, methodical breaths. Finding your own rhythm here, your own tone, your own frequency. Breathing in and out. Noticing the mind has stories of its own, ideas of its own, and what we should or shouldn't be doing. Giving permission to your soul to find its seat in the center of your breath. We are the creators, the creatrixes of our own reality. For far too long, we have been influenced by outside forces that is distorting that reality. In this moment, in this new moon of Sagittarius, the traveler, the adventurer, the one that is willing to try new things. Let us be here in this moment of noticing, what do you want to create? For whatever you are putting your energy into, your thoughts into, your actions into, and your words are actions as well as movements, creates a certain reality, a certain energetic wavelength that ripples out into the field of all that is. Noticing that responsibility right now in your breath, breathing in and out. What do you want to create? This new void, this new now. Focus, third eye gaze, tongue behind the two front teeth. Relax as much as possible in an upright position. Giving yourself permission to be here now in the truth of your soul. And the message here coming from your own centered place of being. What would you like to create? And letting the rest of you know that this is what you are doing. Feeling that in the body temple, the somatic intelligence, noticing all of the subtle sensations here. Letting the information come to you that is within you, and calling all the parts of you back in, close to yourself. All the parts that have been outside in all the busy of your life, and all the tending to others, in all the ways that we often show up without first tending to ourselves. So we're not truly in our authenticity. We don't feel fully ourselves there. So in this moment, calling all of the parts of you back into this now. All the searching parts of you, all the fearful parts of you, all the worried parts of you, all the parts that have been comparing yourself to others, all of the parts that have been wishing it could be another way than it seemingly is. Calling these parts back into each breath. into this body, this now. This is a quantum leap, everyone. We grow exponentially at our own will. Calling in the parts of you that gave your power away. Inviting all the parts of you that felt unloved and giving them a place in your breath right now. Now we're going to evoke the fire, the flame, the spark of light in the void, the spark of creation. Imagine you're holding this flame in your hands, and yet it's cool. And whatever you're ready to let go of, give it to the fire. Give it to this flame. Remembering the ancient self, the monad, the one who knows how to do this. Giving the excess energy and the worries, the stories of the mind that are not for your highest high or anyone else's. The emotions that have been so conflicting. Those emotions that we have felt were so painful to experience and feel. So maybe we pushed them away and didn't really allow ourselves to feel them fully. Let's give all of these energies to that spark, that flame, that ancient fire in the palm of our hands. And taking some breaths all the way up past the head, about 3 feet up. And all the way down, down, down to the earth mother below us. To the roots, to the dark, deep soil. The fecund rises from this place. As we breathe up, all that grows all the way up, all the way up into the star systems above us. Great majesty, the great mystery. Finding your own breath and your own rhythm with this. Where heaven and earth meet in the center, the Cusco of your being. If it's helpful to hold the belly, to feel the center, notice if you can feel it, just 3 fingers below the belly button. This is the place where the breath remembers itself in connection with the heart. Allow yourself a moment to receive your own breath in the great mystery, the great void of this new moon inside of you, in the waters of your own being. Noticing the sacred pause that you're taking and giving yourself gratitude for this moment. And letting yourself be natural in this ritual of breath, the sacred beloved breath, the living air that we're breathing. This beautiful, beautiful element that we could not live without. And giving deep reverence to this breath of life in these bodies right now. And letting the darkness come into your being in a sacred way. So many stories, so many lines, so many untruths around the darkness being a bad and evil thing. As you breathe into the darkness right now, this voided moon, the moon in opposition to the sun, the moon conjunct the sun. Allowing yourself to feel that void inside of you and where your truth aligns here. Not anyone else's. Nothing that has come before, nothing that is ahead. Simply here now, in the simple inhale and exhale of your breath. Notice if you feel the stillness there as you focus on the third eye, relaxing into your seat, the seat of your soul, leaning into that, noticing what that feels like to be with this intelligence that is you. Noticing it beyond all the sounds, all the background noise here, all the background noises of life. Notice if you can hear your own frequency. Invoke it, know it, let it come to you. It's the most beautiful sound you'll ever hear. And only really arises through that stillness, that void, the nothingness. This is where we begin to hear it. On the dark side of the moon of our own experience. We are the dreamers, the believers, the knowers, the earth keepers, the water protectors. We are the poets, the musicians, the artists, the lovers. We are the ancient ones. The monad is dancing the rhythm, time and timelessness, whether we are in a body or not. And this particular body experience has its own set of challenges and joys, disappointments, and rhythms so magic, unlike any other. So, how will we choose? But we always have choice. Once again, breathing in and breathing out. Conscious breath, calling in the monad, the ancient self that knows, that remembers who you are. Calling in all the parts of the self that have a tendency and a habit and addiction to leaving the body. This is very important for our centered, empowered state of being, is to remember to call ourselves back into the center. Calling yourself back home, to the home in your soul. Taking a moment of stillness here. Feeling the presence of us all here together in this now. Remembering who we are together. Asking yourself, what do I want to create? Staying in the stillness with this, letting the answer come to you. Staying in your center, your core, the knowing breath. Letting the breath be natural in your body. Letting it be easy, graceful, alive. Taking your breath back in the places where you've given it away. Letting that be easy and graceful. And for the sake of time here, I'm starting to come back into the room. Taking some full breaths all the way up 3 feet above the head, all the way down 3 feet below. gathering the knowledge of the deep mother root down below you. A beautiful home here on earth. And all the way up into the cosmos above. Stars, the heavenly realms, the star family of origins that may be supporting you and all of us. All the angelic realms that are here, guiding us into our hearts. Remembering that life is a revolving door. We come in, we go out, and we continue as a soul to exist. If you choose to believe in such a thing, noticing what that feels like in the body, noticing what you align with. And sending so much love and deep gratitude, so much reverence for those who have crossed over, more recently especially, and holding that light, that spark, that flame in the palms of your hands, igniting that spark into the core of your being, your center. And knowing that these lives that have left their bodies are infinite. And we celebrate them in their next doorway, going into their next level of being. We celebrate them here. We send our love. We thank them for how they touched our lives. Even if we didn't know them, if they've touched our lives, we know it. Deep inside of ourselves, the waters of our being, swimming with the knowing. Something familiar, some recognition. The knowledge that there is no separation. And grounding all that energy in to the gravity, the magnetic dance, all the way down into the roots of our mother, our great mother. At this great turning, we're at the end of the Kali Yuga. There is much that we will see, that we will continue to experience here. Many souls are leaving, as souls are also coming in. Souls that perhaps are more free from karma than we were. They're here to bring that beacon of light, the solution that is pure love. Notice the purity inside of you right now. As you breathe into your center and hold the candle, spark that flame, visualizing that flame in the palms of your hands, and giving that to your belly, giving it to your breath. Even in the darkest, darkest night, that spark is still there, so long as we ignite it. It's one last time, sending any last unwanted excess energies into that spark, into that flame. Just doing this with your breath and your intention. Noticing who your allies are, who your support systems are, whether they be your family, your friends, those who have crossed over, your spirit animals, your teachers, archangels, avatars, the Jedis, the witches, the high priestess, the warriors and the kings, the queens, the elven realms, the fairy kingdoms and queendoms, all the elemental beings, the tree people, the stone people, the sky people, and all of our mother's children, all those who came before us and all those who came after us, in this one center of this now where it is all one. Notice what it's like to be here in this way, in this knowing way. Whilst the great unknown surrounds us, there is a place inside each one of us that knows. And it is this place in the seat of our soul. And it is up to us to invoke that, to take the sacred pause every day, multiple times a day, ideally, in these times, to remember this. And I thank you all for joining us here to remember this part of us together. Just letting all the sounds come in through a three-dimensional space into the inner ear, the inner knowing. Noticing your breath, any subtle differences from when we began. Allowing yourself to receive these subtle differences, these gifts, any sparks of motivation, inspiration, or wonder. Let yourself be curious. Remember your childlike wonder, your adventure, your playfulness, your lightness of being. And at the same time, remembering your focus, like the archer. When you're ready, slowly coming back into the room, opening your eyes. yourself.